Good morning, everybody. All right, I know there's more people than what I see here in the audience, so we must have a few out in the hallway wandering around still. So I'm going to say, hey, good morning. We're going to get going this morning. All right, that'll be everybody's cue. So welcome, everybody. Whether you are joining us in person or online, we're very, very glad and blessed to have you here with us at Unity today. Is there anyone here that's joining for the first time that feels like raising their hand? You absolutely don't have to.
Hi.
Hello, nice to have you here.
Thank you.
All right, and your name is? Laura? All right, nice to have you here, Laura.
Thank you.
Anybody else today? All right, and to anybody that's online listening for the first time, a very good welcome to you as well. Unity Center of Des Moines is a diverse community committed to living a positive spiritual path. We welcome you just as you are and recognize that each person is on their own unique spiritual journey, which is one of the reasons I absolutely love coming here. I love this place. If you didn't notice as you came in the entryway, if you're here physically in the building, there are Unity welcome packets there available for you. There's also free hugs buttons. Feel free to pick up either one of those, take them with you, take as many free hugs buttons as you want. If you see somebody around, I am remiss today because I don't have mine on. I know, right? But there are other people, I'll get one on here shortly, and there are other people that have free hug buttons on here today. So if you see somebody with a free hug button, feel free to go up and ask them if you can have a hug if you would like.
You don't have to have a button on.
You don't have to have a button on it either. Yeah, you can ask anybody. But the free hugs buttons for sure says that that person is willing to give you a hug if you need one. So, also on the front table, there are contact sheets on the table by the front door. You can leave your contact information with us if you would like. And I believe if you put your information down on that, you'll also start to receive our weekly Unity newsletter that's sent out. You can also drop your contact sheet or any other comments, suggestions, anything like that in our /prayer/donation box in the back there underneath that orange painting. And you can also visit unitydesmoines.com website to learn more about the Unity movement. So let's begin today with our first song. Trinity's going to lead us here along with Deb and Dennis. All right, thank you very much. I love that. All right, so today, July 6th, hopefully everybody's had a good holiday weekend, right? Yeah, I don't know about you, but I had Thursday and Friday off. So that was very nice. I enjoyed that. Don't want to go back tomorrow, but Monday comes, right? All right, does anybody have any celebrations they'd like to share from their week? Yes, Leniva.
It's Bill's birthday today.
Oh, Bill's birthday. Happy birthday, Bill.
65th birthday.
Oh, 65th.
Good one. Officially in full person. No.
All right, that's a great celebration. Sharon.
I was walking up here this morning and I kept looking and I kept seeing this blue sky. And I realized what a celebration it was to have that rain yesterday. And the sky even got cleaned. I mean, it looks much nicer. That was my celebration until I walked in the door. And when I walked in the door, I met Laura for her first time here. And you know me, I love talking about unity, so.
She's adopted me
Already.
All right.
My celebration.
All right, love it. Thank you. Anybody else for celebration? Oh, Laura.
Yes, I want to say that right out the side door, there is a mother robin sitting rather low in a peach tree. And it's just been such a joy to watch her sitting on the nest. And then just a day ago, a huge sunflower bloomed. And that's been just such a joy too. So something little but huge of beauty. I'm so grateful.
Thank you.
I just read something this week about there's only one flower that follows the sun, follows God, and that's the sunflower. Whatever direction the sun is in, it will turn and face the sun. So that's awesome.
That is awesome. And if you haven't ever been out, there are some sunflower fields. I can't tell you where they're at right now. But a couple of years ago, I was driving around and there was an entire field of sunflowers. And yeah, that's an amazing sight to see.
East of Ankeny.
East of Ankeny,
Yeah,
there's one?
they're not there anymore, but if you drive by the same field, there's a lot of little sunflowers that have sprouted up from the year before.
Right.
Still there and they're starting to bloom. I just saw them a couple days ago.
There's also a current one by Tima.
Oh, a current sunflower field by Tama?
They
Okay.
have it open daily and you can go out and climb up these things if you're able to look out over it. It's really cool.
Awesome.
These things.
All right. Sounds like a lot of wonderful things going on. A lot of noticings that people are doing. All right, next Sunday. Oh, Wayne, did you have something?
And planting zinnias for a border around my garden. And so I just share a few of those are just starting to bloom this week.
Well, thank you.
Right there.
That's very much down here in front. Beautiful.
Yeah, we got zinnias now.
All right, next Sunday. So time for announcements here. July 13th, we are going to have a potluck after the service and a community manifesting experience. So if you want it, you can create it here. There is a section in the newsletter that talks about this a little bit, about what we're going to be doing there and some needs that Stevie has identified. It is not an all-inclusive list, so we are encouraging you to come participate, be a part of the community, and show up with your thoughts and with good discussion. And we're going to bring some things forth and see what we can manifest here in this place. Spirit Seekers Fair. So the vendor registration is officially open. It says here there's a new date. I don't remember what the old date was that she mentioned, but it is going to be September 20th. So mark that on your calendars if you're interested in the Spirit Seekers Fair. There are paper applications in the back. There is also an application online that's available on the Unity website. Under space rental and fair section. And there's also a link to get to that in our Unity newsletter. All right, so a couple of things here. We've had some recent shifts that happened a little abruptly. So we are asking that if you would be willing, we are looking for help with sound. So Laura has been gracious enough to fill in today. Thank you very much. So we're going to need some people to fill in with sound if you can. And as always, do not feel compelled or obligated to do anything. We are, if you haven't tried it, you want to give it a try, great. And maybe you find out you love it. Maybe you find out it's not for you. But it's one of those things where do what you feel aligns with you. If you try it out and you're like, yeah, this is not for me, don't be afraid to say this is not for me. Because by doing that and by saying, I'm going to step out of doing this, it allows somebody else to step in who would be more aligned to do that. So again, as always, no pressure, no obligation. We want people aligned with what their skills are. And if your heart is calling you to something like that, we could use some help with the sound. Sooner than later on that, you can contact Stevie on that. Can't find Stevie, you can talk to me or talk to Deb, and we'll get you pointed in the right direction. We also have an immediate need for helpers for the children's room on Sunday mornings. The sign-up link there is found in the newsletter. You can also text or call the Unity cell phone at 515-903-3033 for those of you who may be online. Or you can see Deja. For safety purposes, we really need 2 adults down there to help out with the kids. And we can also use more readers. So text the Unity cell if you can help. And if you're not sure what the Unity cell is, just find myself or Deb or Stevie. Any one of us, we can point you in the right direction on that. Special events coming up. So today at 6 p.m. That's what I thought. I read 6 p.m. here and thought, I think it's 4 o'clock. Okay. All right. Today at 4 o'clock, there's a 2-hour sound bath with Peruvian shaman Jorge Monet and with our very own Deb Jennings here. So hopefully we'll see you at that today at 4. July 8th, 5:15, there's going to be kirtan chanting. And then at 6:30 p.m. is the full moon gong meditation with Sounds for the Soul by Deb as well. Thoughtful Thursday, we'll have restorative yoga with Stephanie Foley from 5:30 to 7 p.m. There is a flyer in the atrium out here, and it's also announced in the newsletter. This coming Friday, July 11th, the Community Connection Circle with Macy and Abraham Lamarck. That is a donation-based event, and they do a great job as a couple, just leading people into deeper connection with themselves and with others. And this particular one on this Friday night is a co-ed event. You can also check out all of the usual events on the calendar, unitydesmoines.com, or in our weekly newsletter. All right, so let's read the statement of faith together. There is only one power active in my life and in the universe, the divine source of all life and love. By the way, I've been doing some things with prayers lately. And if you're wanting a way to start off a prayer, that is a beautiful way to do it right there, saying there is only one power active in my life and in the universe. Wonderful way to start off an affirmative prayer. Let's lead the unity affirmation then and say this together. Unity of the mind is a radiating center of the divine light, mighty to attract its good and to radiate good to others. And in this moment, we're going to change things up just a little bit. We're going to have a meditation that is done right now. We're going to have Maggie come forth and lead us in that.
Have everybody close their eyes, get settled into your seat. And when you are ready, I want you to take a deep breath in through the belly, all the way to the belly. Everything that is good. All the noticings, all the gratitude. And when you are ready, I want you to blow out anything you no longer want within your body. Any type of negative emotion, let it out. Now I want you to feel the weight of your body against your chair. Know that Mother Earth is holding you. She's got us. And the love that she has for us is going to come up through the ground and into you. And I want you to imagine a white, bluish white light coming down. That light is of protection and peace and love from the heavens coming down into you.
And with that, just stay tuned to where you are. And with the spirit of oneness, I will read off the names of people needing our prayers this week. Deb, Kim, Misha, Amy, Amanda, Ryan, Dylan, Christina, Paul, Kim, Lou, Joy, Amy, Tom, Adrian, Scott, Selene, Janine, Lindsay, Denise, Karen, Katie, Steve, Rob, Jenny, Marty, Matt, Brittany, Jerry, Jessica. And take another deep breath. Allow yourself to pause and just really feel Alexander, Michelle, Marilee, Eric, Jeannie, Angie, Deb, Sarah and family, Holly, Jeanette Marie, Paul, and Phil's, Christina, and Seal, and people with struggles that we know nothing about. Thank you, Maggie, and for the invitation. We're going to turn now and look at the daily word. Today is July 6th. I open my mind to limitless possibilities. There are limits to what my mind can imagine. I may find a challenge too big to overcome or too complex to work through. In the past, I might have avoided such challenges, but today I turn within for guidance. Within my inner sanctuary, I find infinite possibilities. For God, nothing is or ever could be impossible. As a spiritual being, I open my mind so these possibilities can enter my imagination. With spiritual sight, I begin to apprehend what is possible. I emerge from a prayer time filled with inspiration and clarity, ready to take the steps necessary to make my vision a reality. I return again and again to the limitless field of infinite potential, where I can claim divine ideas and know the presence and the power of God is in and is through all things. As Luke chapter 1, verse 37 states, for nothing is impossible with God. I will read through the affirmation and then we'll say it as a group. I open my mind to limitless possibilities.
I open my mind to limitless possibilities.
All right. Thank you, everybody. And now let's go into our next song here, I Release Control. Thank you very much. All right, now it's the time we've all been waiting for, right? I'm excited to announce this morning that we're going to have our very own Maggie come forward, and she is going to share the message with us today on the keys.
I first wanted to introduce myself because I have not actually publicly introduced myself. So my child, my one and only, he, for real. He is 4 years old, and 3 years ago, I made a promise to him that I would embody true love because he deserves it, I deserve it, and that's how this whole thing started. So, I have the ability, I was gifted with the ability to do certain things, and I am happy to share with them. Within this process, I've had to dig into my own depths of my own hell in order to find the keys, in order to get me here. So, and I want to share that with people so that that way it's easier because it doesn't have to be that hard. It really truly does not. So with that, the first key, in all honesty, find your passions. What lights you up? And I mean, this is like a full body, what lights you up? For me, it was playing the djembe. Drumming is very rooted to Mother Earth. And every single culture, again, this is my story. Like, if it aligns with you, go for it. I'm not even kidding. But the drums, every single culture has a drum. And it is because it is connected to Mother Earth's heartbeat. And so when you play the drum, you are connecting to the depths of Mother Earth, whether you choose to believe it or not. And you get to choose how deep your story goes. Like, I'm not, like, I go deep. Like, that's just who I am. So if you don't want to go as deep, that is perfectly okay. Everybody is exactly where they are meant to be, and they have their own journey. So with that, I ended up also falling in love with the handpan. And music is one of my passions. Music and sharing my story in all honesty to whoever wants to hear. So when you follow your passions, it will start to unlock a path for you on directions that you need to go. I ended up within drumming circles and fire stuff, like fire dancing and things like that. And it has expanded my own view of this world greatly. So if you are for drum circles and fire dancing, go for it. But if you also, like, even if you don't want to do the actual drumming, you can sit on the side and watch. And as long as you are within that space, you are still receiving from that experience. So another thing, absolutely no judgment. No judgment. And it applies to the same rule as you can only love yourself as much, or you can only love others as much as you love yourself. So if you are judging yourself for things that you know that you should not be doing, then you're also, because everything that is in here ends up out here. So the less you judge yourself and just notice and pay attention to the awareness of what you are doing, where are you at, who you are surrounding yourself with, and then start to let go. But I don't want you to do it in a way where it's like a strict cutoff, because it doesn't work like that. It's gotta be a slow process, because if you do a straight cutoff, at least this is for me, if you do a straight cutoff, you end up having a lot of backlash. That was my experience. It could be different for you. So along with that, with the no judgment, again, everybody is exactly where they are on their journey. Everybody has their own journey. And so we do not judge one another with where we are, where another person is. Because truly, we all have our own lessons that we need to learn, and we need to be given the time to be able to learn those lessons. And the more that other people are judging you, it is harder to let it go yourself. And turning it inward is crucial. There is a balance when it comes to choosing the good over the bad. So, which is another key. Balance is part of this world, part of this realm. You cannot have the good without the bad. You just can't. This is Earth School. God created Earth School for us as pieces of Him to come here and learn what we need to learn. So then that way we can share what we need to share. And so finding the balance within the good and the bad, which helps, this key helps with key number, what was that? 2 with the no judgment, finding your balance is part of that key. For me, I'm going to share something. I vape, okay? I do vape. But in all honesty, the nicotine does help me from yelling at my child, not gonna lie. I'm not perfect. Nobody is fucking, sorry, my bad. Nobody is perfect, okay? Release that. Like, no one is perfect. We're all gonna have mess ups. We're all going to fall. We are all going to stumble. So just release that. And again, the balance, finding the balance within it. For me personally, the vaping. I use nicotine in order to ground, and I know there are other forms of nicotine. I am fully aware of it. And I will eventually get to those other forms of nicotine that are more of a Native American background. But right now, I am choosing to not judge myself for vaping, for using nicotine. I'm choosing because when I have tried to quit in the past, and I went try to do cold turkey, my child got the bad end of it. He did. And so for our relationship, I do have to, at this time, not saying I'm not going to ever quit, I am going to quit. It's just, it'll be within the timing that is supposed to be for me. And only I will know when that timing is. Finding the balance also is how much do you spend with family or relatives or your friends? And take that, how much time do you spend alone? Again, going inward is extremely, extremely, extremely important because you are your own being. No one else can tell you who you are. Only you know who you are. And the deeper and the more you look inward on who you are, the more you will find your own answers. I'm just here to guide. I'm not here to tell you what you should or should not be doing. That's not what I am here for. You are your own savior. I am my own savior, and I get to share that with everyone. Who are you? What does your salvation look like to you? Because that is also extremely, I want to make that clear. No one is here to save another person. We are all here to save ourselves. And that is how we can continue. I say continue because New Earth is already here. Like it truly is. Being able to look outside and see the blue and noticing that the sky has been cleared. That is part of the New Earth. Being able to take stories and have your own interpretation to a blissful and exciting and joy-filled, that is New Earth. Where we all get along. And I'm not saying that we do not have to get along if we do not get along with another person. There is a thing as energy, right? Yes. Are we all aware of that? There is a thing, energy speaks way louder than words. Way louder than words. Which is bringing me to another key. You have to find your own personal tribe. If you are choosing to be within a tribe that is not fully within alignment with you, you end up getting hurt because you feel as if you are not fully seen, even if you are seen within their own capacity. I had a moment this weekend. My friend Olive, I love her dear. I love Olive. She is an incredible person. She has amazing food. She did Soul Fire this weekend, and I was supposed to be there. And instead, I was finding my own tribe. And it does hurt because it's not here. But I also know that within the balance, I am a giver. I am 100% a giver. I give and I give and I give and I give. That has been my entire life. Give and give, give and give. And it's not that she doesn't fully see me, because she does see me within her perspective. Finding your own tribe means that you can fully see one another. And there is a thing as telepathy. You can talk with another person without speaking. There's an energy exchange. And so I spent the weekend choosing myself before others. It was 4th of July weekend, freedom weekend. I found my freedom. And let me tell you, when you find your freedom, nothing can stop you. Nothing can stop you. Yeah, you're gonna fall. You are going to fall. You are going to get hurt. You are. But you're free. And that is more than words could ever be able to express. True freedom, you can feel it within every fiber and single cell in your body and you just know. And you know. It's that inner knowing that we all have. And it's so. It is extremely, extremely, extremely powerful. Extremely powerful. With that, we are all creators of this reality. Every single one of you chose to be here, right? I want to hear you guys. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I like acknowledgement, to be quite honest, I really do. Because if I don't get acknowledgement, I feel like I'm talking to nobody. So. Where was I?
Free acknowledgement. We chose to be here.
Yes, thank you, thank you. We all chose to be here. So there are people online. I have a lot of people who are actually online right now. And every single person in here chose to be here, whether it was, oh, it's Sunday morning, I gotta go to church. Or, I was happy to stumble upon here. Your soul directed you here. That's how that works. We are all creators of this reality, and the more that we all start acting as such, the better this world actually is going to become. And in all honesty. And then when I was talking about that balance, you can't have the good without the bad. The bad within the new earth doesn't look like war and guns and explosions. Well, I mean, there's fire and explosions in a good way, but there's not that poverty. There's not that no one is being. There are people who are not being looked after. In the new earth, everybody is going to have their tribe, right? In the new earth, the lesson within the good and the bad is how to cooperate and co-create with one another. Instead of it being you have to follow my way. Because when you have if you follow my way or the highway, nobody likes that, right?
No.
Exactly, nobody likes that. My kid doesn't like it. I don't like it, but my kid does that to me. So, nobody likes it. So in the new earth, co-creation with one another, the good and the bad. You are going to have the bad. You're going to have the lessons of. You're going to have the lessons of how do I co-create with this person in a way that can bring forth actual alignment rather than rather than worse. Rather than worse. I do know Spirit has told me that unity consciousness is rising, and at least within my lifetime, it will be here. It will be here. It is already here. It is our way of remembering how to get there. Because we've all already done it. Time and space do not exist. They don't. Everything that has happened, everything that is happening, and everything that is going to happen has already all happened. That's a really hard concept, to be quite honest. It's a really, really hard concept. I've dove into that one quite a bit. It is also important when you do go. We have the advantage right now of technology. Actually, right now, So I chose to live in poverty, or like Spirit told me, hey, you need to live in poverty. And so I was not able to get to this point with the help of like going to Peru and learning from the shamans there. I did not have any of that help. Instead, everything that I have learned, again, went into my own personal help, found ways to use myself. My brain was off track, and I apologize. um, that's a good one. So one of the keys is, has anyone here heard of quantum mechanics?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I want to see hands, just so I know. Okay, well, I'm still going to explain quantum mechanics. Just in case, because I can't see who online has not. So quantum mechanics is sharing information, and it's not even a spoken information, it is an energy exchange between one person to another person. And then they separate and they go about their own ways. And then this person over here, oops, sorry, my bad. This person over here then goes and shares that knowledge through energy to another person. And then it just keeps expanding and expanding and expanding. Spirit moves through quantum mechanics. Me standing up here telling you all the keys, and I have a lot of keys actually. So if you want more information, please come to me afterwards, because I can help you in a way that feels right to you and in a way that feels right to me. Again, not here to save anybody. I want to make that clear because to me, it feels like everyone is looking at me to be their savior. I am saving myself so I can share, not to make you do anything. You are your own savior. So spirit moves through quantum mechanics. It is not necessarily spoken. Energy was being broadcasted, it was being expressed long before humans decided to have an opinion on, oh, we're not going to telepathically talk anymore. We're just going to share with one another. And in all honesty, our words don't quite match that energy. Within the new earth, people are going to be able to telepathically speak to one another. So there's not going to be any secrets. We're all going to know who likes one person and who doesn't like another person. That is part of also the good and the bad. In all honesty, it is. If someone has questions, like say you're out and about and you're living your life and you're just being, as in you're being led by spirit, you are working with spirit, you are spirit. And so another person asks you, why are you different? That's when you can share it. We do not force our ideas on people who are not ready, because nobody likes that. In all honesty, nobody likes, oh, these are my ideas, and so you need to live this way. That's where the church went wrong. Speaking of the church, I just wanted to say, Jesus, he was not perfect either. The Bible wants to put him as someone who was perfect. He was not perfect. He was not. He threw a temper tantrum. I mean, it was valid, threw a temper tantrum and flipped tables inside of the church because he knew that they were not doing what they're supposed to actually do. Personally, me, I worked through the anger to where I'm not gonna go flipping tables. Because that gives off a bad energy, right? Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Anger is useful. It is 100% useful, but you can only do it when it's not directed at somebody, when it's not directed at another entity, when it's not directed at another thing. You can go outside, you can scream and shout. Mother Earth will take it. She wants to take it, actually, because you know what Mother Earth does with that bad energy? Do you want to know?
Yeah.
Okay. She takes the shit and she turns it into gold.
Right on.
Yes.
Yes.
Our fruit, way back in the day, the beginning of Earth herself was huge. There was so much nutrients within. And then we kind of came on and, you know, good and bad. It happens. That's how we grow. That's how we learn. That's how we learn to be with Mother. That's how we learn how to be with Spirit. Again, that's also the balance because Mother Earth, she is an extension of God itself. Literal extension. She has allowed us here. And what do we do? What have we done? Bombs. Destroyed her soil. Destroyed her oceans. We cannot individually change the world. But what we can do is do what feels right to us. Me personally, I can't go out and go to the ocean and clean up a track. Like I can't. I don't have the funds for it. I don't have the means for it. I have a child to watch after. My reality is, if I cannot control it, if I cannot change it, what can I do? I can transmute that energy. I'm sorry, Mother, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that is happening to you. I feel your pain. I feel it. But she is gonna turn it into gold. Our fruit and our vegetation is all going to be back to its full fruitfulness. It is. Transmutation is an incredible tool. It is not voodoo. It is not scary. It does not have to be scary. Transmutation is literally taking the negative and turning it into positive. And guess that is what I do with my music. That is 100% what I do with my music. Because I do feel not just my own stuff in here, I feel everybody else too, because my inner reality is my outer reality. That's the way it is. I feel it. And so what I do is I put it through my hand because it is music itself is creation. Art itself is creation. And it goes back to the whole find your passions. What are you passionate about? It could be creating outfits. It could be painting. It could be playing the piano or the gong. It could be anything. I'm going to tell you a story. My mother, my biological mother, she and I have different views on how spirit is. And that is okay. She's diehard Christian. I accept her because that is her story. But what she does, she has a lot of dogs and she trains them into therapy dogs. And then she takes these therapy dogs to hospitals. And that is her way of sharing what her life looks like within this world. And I'm so proud of her. In all honesty, it does not look like what I do. But she is doing exactly what lights her up. And that's what matters. There are people who are well rehearsed within the government. If that is your passion, you know how to change the laws better than anybody else. Follow that. If you like staying at home, and again, technology is a wonderful tool. In all honesty, Spirit has nothing against technology. It is actually incredibly helpful in order to spread everything. Some people like to write blogs, and that is their passion. Follow that passion. The whole point is for us all to co-create with one another in whatever way that looks like. Use another person's information and embody it for yourself within a way that feels right to you. We all have a role to play within this creation of new earth. Finding your passion is how you can fulfill your role. So let's all create new earth. How's that sound? Yeah. All right, I don't know what's next.
I think we'll take the mic. No, Michael.
Mike.
Oh, Michael, I already done.
And thank you, by the way.
Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Love it.
Before we get going here, we're gonna get into, we're gonna collect the offering here in a minute, but I wanted to share something that I thought, stood out to me there. So, in line with what Maggie was saying, right? Follow your passion, what lights you up. I carry this little card around in my wallet, and it's very interesting to me because, there was another one here. Let me see if this is the right one. Yeah, they're both very similar to each other. But the easy statement, what makes you feel alive? That's your light.
Mhm.
Right? What makes you feel alive? And I noticed a few months ago, I don't know if I feel alive anymore in certain areas of my life. So I'm going to change this. I'm going to carry this card around and look at it and say, what lights me up? What's your passion? Just like Megan was saying. Thank you very much. All right. We are now going to collect the offering. If you would like to share your resources with Unity of Des Moines, now is the opportunity to do so. I will be passing around the donation basket here. We can also accept donations via Venmo at Unity-Des Moines or through our website, unityandesmoines.com. Our congregation is community supported, and we have faith. Whatever we need will be provided with enough to share. Whether your contributions are physical or whether they are spiritual in nature or energetic, we offer this affirmation. Divine love.
Well, let's start at the top there. I am infinitely
abundant. Divine love
Through me, multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I thankfully acknowledge the divine source.
I'm gonna play this song again. I think I played it last year. It's kind of a different little song, but we're gonna have fun with it. You, I begin with sharing molecules again. Oxygen in my significance. Do you know where your atoms have been? Part of me is part of you. Genghis Khan and Hitler too. Jesus Christ and dinosaur, Princess Diana, dinosaur. All these atoms everywhere, circle back so we can share. No escaping, yes, it's true. Part of you is now in you. My whole body, smooth and hairy, was really only temporary. Every year I knew epidermis. Maybe next year will be firmer. There's some atom somewhere in Spain. I may need them for my brain. Some will stay and some will leave. We only need what we can see. All these atoms everywhere circle back so we can share. Like some ever-changing groove, parts of me are now in you. Strangers just might seem to be, parts of you were once a tree, once a fish in a primal sea, someone's dinner, something's the big bang 15 billion years ago. The Big Bang was quite a show. All this time and here we are. Parts of you once a star. All these atoms everywhere circle back so we can share. No escaping, yes, it's true. Parts of once. All these atoms here on Earth get recycled, death to birth. Like some ever-changing fruit, parts of me are now in blue. All these atoms we're collecting, let us know that we're connected. Since we share what we're made of, don't you think that all is free?
All right. Thank you, Dennis. Thank you, Linda. All right, we dedicate this offering to do the work of the Spirit of Truth to the Unity Center of Des Moines, and we are grateful. Thank you. And as we close our time together today, I want you to just check in with yourself and ask yourself how you would like to experience You Are the Face of Love today. So we sing this song each week. You are free to sit there and sing it to yourself, or you are free to find a partner who you would like to share this moment with and look into each other's eyes as you sing You Are the Face of Love. Thank you very much. And now we're gonna turn it over to Deb, who's gonna walk us through, excuse me, the universal blessing of peace from the Gandhi Foundation.
We do the handle. You want to stand up and read the words I have back to you? That'd be great. I offer you peace.
I offer you peace. I offer you love. I offer you friendship.
I see your beauty.
I see your beauty.
I hear your needs.
I hear your needs. I feel your feelings.
My wisdom flows from the higher source.
My wisdom flows from a higher source,
I salute that source in you.
and I salute that source in you.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Let us work together for unity and love.
Thank you, Deb.
All right, that concludes our service for today. Excuse me, I would like to invite everyone.
Yeah.
No, you're on mute.
There you go. Okay, I'd like to get up for a big circle around the outside here today. You may go hold hands. If you don't want to hold hands, that's just fine. You can stand with your hands on your heart as well. And we'll finish it up.
Oh, sorry.
All right, the light of the divine surrounds us. The love of the divine enfolds us. The power of the divine protects us. The presence of the divine watches over us. Wherever we are, God by is and all is well. All right, thank you everyone for coming today. It's wonderful to see you all. There are snacks to get with you in the room. We are going to have healing meetings and hugs in the back corner over here. If you would like to receive, also if you would like to give. And if you can, we need 2 sets of 2 rows of chairs in my back. All the other chairs along the walls to the side. Thank you, everybody.